Hey there, once again, it's me, Gia Lasala. I always forget to introduce myself at the part one of an interview. So, welcome to Pageant Talks with Wabaiya Kariuki. This is part two. And if you haven't seen part one yet, make sure to check it out on my IGTV and on YouTube channel. And as you've seen, this is the first time actually that Wabaiya and I really had an actual conversation after Miss Universe. And now we're going to talk about her life after Miss Universe, because I'm sure her life has changed and we're curious to know what happened after Miss Universe. So anyway, Wavaya, after
Yes.
Miss Universe, what did you do first? Did you eat pizza? Did you eat hamburgers? What did you do first?
What I did was, I remember, Miss Universe was airing in the morning. Like, we shot it in the morning.
Morning, yeah.
So there was not much sleep that we had. So I think, we had gone. We went to the hotel. I think we had like 2 hours, and then we were back. So I was tired. Oh my gosh. I was so tired. I think even at some point backstage, I wanted to nap.
Okay.
So I know when I met my dad after going through that whole crowd, he told me, no, he picked me up with his friends, and then we went to their house. So we went to their house, and I just told them, give me a few hours, let me just nap.
Okay.
I slept. And after that, we went to this little restaurant. So the family was staying in each other. So we were taken to one of the lake restaurants around there. And of course, I did have a burger.
Okay.
Yes, because I do like burgers. Now I can't have burgers, but before I used to really have them. So that was the first meal I ate after Miss Universe. Yeah.
Why can't you have burgers now?
So my body has started rejecting gluten. So unless the bread is,
So you can't eat. So you can't eat pizza?
No, but I couldn't eat pizza from before because I couldn't have cheese. So
okay.
Yes, I've not been able to eat pizza from high school.
Okay. So So this is interesting. So Wabaiya has gluten allergy. So for everyone who's watching this who has the same problem, so Wabaiya, what kind of food do you eat, and how do you encourage them, or what are your tips on how to go through with something like that you're going through right now?
So interestingly, the discovery was made could have been a month or two ago. Because I constantly reacted and there was no explanation as to why. So I'm also quite confused, to be honest, but I'm learning. So I know now that because I'm gluten intolerant, I'm lactose intolerant, I'm allergic to fish, I'm allergic to so many things. So my journey now, I think because now I'm staying with my parents, but when I go back to my house, I'm going to have to start learning. So I know I have to do stuff that's gluten-free. So I know a friend of mine baked me cupcakes with, I don't know what flour she used, but it was not wheat. I know now that I can eat at Mexican restaurants because most of their stuff is
corn.
So even their tacos, their quesadillas, all of them are made with corn. So it's awesome. So I know that's one of the discoveries I'm just going to be trying different Mexican restaurants and Mexican recipes. So I know in terms of starches, I can only really do rice and anything to do with corn. So, and now potatoes. Now people of my tribe love potatoes.
I love potatoes, so I can survive Africa.
Especially my tribe. So I know, at least I'm glad I've not lost that. So I'm discovering meals that are made with sweet potatoes, arrowroot. So a lot of these root things. So I'm just learning a few recipes. I think it's what I'm going to start putting out on my socials now. Because there's this misconception that I look the way that I look because I don't eat. and people who've met me know I don't really eat much because of those restrictions.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm going to have this new content with stuff I eat because I still have to. Yeah, still have to be healthy, and still have to make my life not so bad because I can't have things like gluten and lactose. So stay tuned.
I know, I'm really excited to stay tuned for that, guys, because like I said earlier at part 1 that your body looks a lot better now. I can see your legs are firmer, your abs are firmer, your arms are firmer, and I think how God uses all the bad things for the good. And I think that the Lord is just leading you to like eat a lot healthier now. So again, Wabaiya, I usually just eat food that I'm very familiar with. So unlike you who knows how to prepare food, maybe you could help me because I'm trying to lose weight. I want to be lean and model-less. So yeah, so maybe your diet can help me too. So, okay, next question. Okay, so how did your Miss Universe experience shape you as a person or the woman that you are today?
The experience had a lot of things that were happening. So, of course, the whole gaining thick skin because not everyone likes you,
Yeah.
So there's that. So I don't take things too seriously now because you're the only one who's set to feel pain, to be hurt.
Yeah.
The other thing is like, how can I say this? Yeah, so the whole thing about the fact that I didn't place, I didn't win, I didn't, all those things that people were expecting and all those things have made me realize that life is more about the process than it is about the end.
The end, yeah.
It's more about the journey.
Yeah.
So I'm learning to really enjoy journeys, all my journeys. So like now I'm learning how to eat different, and every experience sucks because you get to lose one thing but you gain something else. So my outlook on life has changed for sure. I'm not as rigid as I was before, and then I just and I think being in Miss Universe made me see the importance of giving back, and it made me realize what it even does for me.
Right.
So there's all these things. So I also like any opportunity to go see, to go to a children's home, any opportunity to go feed people, to donate stuff. Those experiences have taught me. So whenever I'm called for anything, I'm just like, yes, I'm there.
Yeah.
So it's all these different experiences that have taught me to be the way that I am now. So right now, it's so hard for me to be moved by something bad happening to me, unless of course it's loss of a loved one. But the rest of the time I'm just like, I lose money, it is fine, we move. Yeah.
So at least like like how the Lord tries to really mold you into the person that you are today, and that Miss Universe was actually a favor that you walked in, knowing that that the reason why you won was actually that you had a pure heart. You just wanted sisterhood, and then the Lord really he actually granted more than what you asked for because he knows. Yeah, because he knows that in the end, it is gonna make you a better person rather than a terrible one. So So looking at, I hope that's gonna spark a little bit, on your perspective that like I always share to everyone who's competing now. I can just imagine like Miss Universe Nepal as of posting is gonna be tomorrow. So that will be so this will be posted January, that will be like last month. So I talk to them and I always say that all of the girls that are called by God to compete, they're all called to be winners. But the winner is actually the one that makes someone win is the one that has a very pure heart. So the reason why you won Miss Universe Kenya Wabaiya, because you had the purest intention. You just want sisterhood, and the Lord knows that after Miss Universe Kenya and Miss Universe, you're gonna be a better person rather than a terrible one. So
Yeah.
then I'm happy
And then
for you. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and then if it's a lesson on trust, trusting in God, because I think my whole entire experience, I think from the previous interview you've seen, was not my doing. Like a lot of the things were not my doing. It was not because I am such a hard worker. I planned and prepared for like 4 years for this competition. No, it wasn't that. So trusting in God came in. It came in strongly, because a lot of the things would not have gone the way that they did had it not been for Him. So yeah, I also do trust way more now, because I'm just like, you know what, you got this, you know what you're doing. It's not looking nice now, but yeah.
So it's important that you share that to our viewers, Wabaiya, because not everyone knows that actually the Lord is using this platform for me to reach out to more beauty queens and to let everyone know that God is alive. So regardless of whatever belief system that we have, we could all agree that there is God, and it's so beautiful that that here we are. We talk about Him on this platform, and who knows, you'd be able to minister to a lot of people in the near future. And I'm so confident, Wabaiya, that the Lord will call you for leadership for His kingdom soon. So are you prepared for that? Are you excited?
Let's see. He just does His own thing. So you trust. And for wherever I'm placed, I will be prepared and equipped in that time.
Yeah, because you have a childlike faith, and God loves someone who has a childlike faith. They are the greatest in the kingdom, and Wabaiya is an example of that. I just want to encourage you, Wabaiya. So anyway, next question. There's just a few questions though. So okay. How different is your life now after Miss Universe? What changed?
Honestly, not so much. I like we had talked about. Pageant in Kenya is not a huge deal.
Okay.
So I got through it without a lot of people knowing. So I did it. I competed. I raised the Kenyan flag. But people are just like, oh, for real? Wait, oh, okay. Cool. So in terms of people knowing me and fans and everything, I think the people that know me are in the modeling space here. So there's those ones that now, of course, want mentorship and all of that. So I'm having to take up sort of leadership positions in terms of, people are coming to me because they need some sort of mentorship. And I'm like, am I ready? So those are now projects for next year, when now I'm prepared better. So of course, when the name is invoked a bit, some things change. So someone is just looking at me, just thinking, okay, this is just a regular girl. Then they hear she was Miss Kenya. They're like, oh, for real? So they're like, okay, actually, maybe we could work with you. I don't know. So it hasn't really changed. Because it was a different experience. So of course now I've had to go into like normal 24-year-old life, because I have to pay my bills, and because I'm not your average model, that is not making me money. So my life is pretty much the same, except of course my change in outlook of life.
Yeah, maybe you're like, I like the fact that you're now being asked for mentorship, because that can actually really help solidify the platform of Kenya at pageantries. Because Wabaiya, little that you know that Kenya is actually being looked at as one of the potential powerhouses in Africa. And after seeing all the performances that Kenya did at Miss World and at Miss Universe, so even if they were non-placements, people can actually see potential in countries like Kenya. So that would be good. And if you need my help, I'm just here. How to put the foundation of that. So okay, I really want to bless you with that, Wabaiya, and I hope that will take off. So okay, so now after the Miss Universe pageant, what do you think you could have done differently? If you knew that you were competing for a pageant of a lifetime.
So yeah, a lot of things would have been different for sure. I would like kind of follow the lives of the queens that have gone before me, just see what they do, how they do things differently. The other thing I felt like I would have done, and my mom used to tell me to do it, but I was just like, for what? So I did actuarial science, yes. Yeah. And actuarial science is basically just you're not even needed to speak to anyone. You just need to crunch your numbers, do your stats, and of course just explain to the people that need it. But other than that, you have you're not required to know how to speak in front of crowds and stuff like that. So I think I would have maybe even taken a course in doing speeches, interview taking. I'd have tried to learn how to do that better because like I said, I like to talk a lot, and sometimes you don't have that much time to explain your point, so you have to find ways to bring it out. So in terms of speaking, that's what I would learn how to do. I would also do a bit more research when it comes to doing running like a foundation and stuff like that. So I think I would have done all those things that you needed to do before you go for a pageant. So I would have also just been, because I didn't really work out before I came for the competition. That's why I was just looking the way I was looking. So I'd have invested maybe in a gym or just a workout regimen that works for me, make sure my skin is in check, and then would have still also decided what kind of look we were going for, because you know how when I won Kenya, my hair looked different, and when I went for the main Miss Universe, it looked different again. So there was all these things that I'd have put into account to just solidify the brand that was going to compete. So yeah, because I know catwalking is like my favorite thing to do. Okay. So I just continued to practice and tried turns, because being a high fashion model, you're required to really do turns. So I'd have learned a number of those, so that we just kill it like Catriona, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's a lot of things I would have done differently, but I think I would have still, even at the competition, just been myself. Because I think that was also doing something for me. Right.
Yeah. So at least now, knowing on the things that you could have done differently, at least you can teach that now on your future mentorship projects that's coming. So make sure that you get this recording so that you would know what to do. Because those are really actually important things that you pointed out, like preparing for speeches, looking at the lives of beauty queens, what they could have done, what to prepare. Because after my experience with you, Wabaiya, it also actually taught me as a designer working overseas and offshore for a team on how to do collaborative work. And I think I've come into full circle now, knowing that, Miss Universe is really, how can I say this? Miss Universe is very surprising when it comes to schedules. So,
don't I know? Oh my God.
like last year, we just woke up one day, Wabaiya, that Miss Universe was happening December 8th, and this was second week of October. And we have no gowns, we have nothing, and that's the reason why Stacy was not able to wear my gown, because I was just all over the place. Like, how can I finish everything for Stacy and Shubila all at the same time? Because when they announced the schedule, Stacy was not crowned yet. So everything was just going, I was just going berserk. How am I gonna do this and stuff like that? But actually helped me learn the lesson, and I'm coming to full circle now. So, okay, next question. So what is the future like? I'm annoyed by my light. I'm not gonna cut this, but yeah, there you go. This is what happens with organic interviews without proper lighting. So Wabaiya, what is the future for you like after Miss Universe?
after Miss Universe, what's the future like?
Yeah.
I think, yeah. I do want to. Right now, of course, I'm not. Right now, I'm not where I should be. But I'm building foundations towards where I want to be. So yes, the whole mentorship programs and building young girls into becoming who they really feel they should be. I want to do that, and I don't want to do it just to prepare girls for pageants. I want it to be for anything, for the job market. Right. If you want to be a successful real estate agent or real estate, I don't know, person, a lawyer, how you want to be when you're that person, the kind of confidence, because as a woman, of course, you get the short end of the stick. People don't always respect you. So you have to have your own, you have to come to your own and stand your ground and say, you know, this is what I have to offer. And if you're not going to take it, it's too bad for you. Yeah. So the whole sort of that confidence, that professionalism is what I intend on giving to younger girls. So of course that, and then I know I have slacked, but I want to do more for mental health. Okay. So I spent 2020 just trying to figure it out, because I was like, now, what is this year, first of all?
Yeah, it's a cancelled year. 2020 did not exist.
What is 2020?
So how did you cope up with all the COVID thing, by the way? So it's different here in the Philippines. We're still in quarantine, by the way. So for me, it was more of a strengthening of my spiritual journey in Christ. Yeah. How about you? What was 2020 like for you?
2020 was just also for me trying to understand the person that I am. I was privileged to get a job just before we were sent to lockdown, which was not really a lockdown here, but you know what I mean. So it gave me an opportunity, because I had just moved out of home, so I was staying alone. So of course, quarantine when you're solo doesn't work. Yeah. And because I was working for TV, it meant I did have to leave my house. So it has been a lesson on gratitude. It has been a lesson on patience. Of course, losing people in the process was extremely hard. Like, wow, that was something. Yeah. So I wouldn't say it was completely bad, because I have learned a number of lessons. I've met new people. I've discovered that, this TV thing could work.
Yeah. You're actually doing so good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm honestly really grateful for how it turned out. It wasn't so bad. So of course, not being able to see family as often, of course, losing people and losing connections, because you can't keep doing this with everyone. Those are the points in my life that struggled. So, because I'm a people's person, so not having an opportunity to hang out with people, and then being scared all the time, because I'm out in the field, so I'm exposed. I get exposed so often to this COVID. I've gotten I don't know how many tests, and fearing giving it to other people. Yeah. So it's just been it's a psychological thing, but I think I have grown. I have learned a number of things. Yeah. So it wasn't all that bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good, because like you're still walking in God's favor, and it's very evident, you know, everywhere. All of God's children are walking in favor during COVID, and it's just really just a matter of your, repentance, the renewal of your mind on how you see this COVID situation in the position of Jesus Christ. So, okay, and so. What are you doing now in your career? So before we continue, actuarial science, by the way, is a very difficult course. Even here in Manila, Wabaiya, I think there's only one school that offers. I think it's Ateneo de Manila University. So what happens is that let's just say there's 100 students coming in at first year, and then there are only at least 5 to 10 students who graduate. And aside from actuarial science, that you call, there's management engineering, which one is one of the hardest courses in the Philippines. So, now being said, with your background in actuarial science, so what is your career like right now? Having to also do TV, how did it? How did both skill intertwine?
So it's funny. I'm not really doing what I studied, which happens to us a lot here. Yeah, you could have been an engineer and then you're somewhere as a manager. Like there's a whole lot of differences, because you also kind of discover what is really your passion in the process. So I don't work as an actuary. I've never worked as an actuary. I've touched a few things that you do when you are an actuary, but I've not actually worked as one. I work for a TV channel, yes. I have the show. I do have the show, but I work behind the scenes as well. I am the content creator and community manager for their social media. So that's what I do back there, when no one knows what I'm doing, when everyone thinks I'm in my orange t-shirt teaching children. I'm over there just creating content, dealing with designers. I'm like, this is what you need to do. So that's what I do. So in terms of applying actuarial, it's more about interpreting the stats that we get. So that's pretty much what I do. But I knew by the time I was finishing that I didn't really want to pursue actuarial science. It didn't feel like it fitted my personality, because I feel like I'll just be bogged down to an office, and it's not my style. But it was a good skill to gain.
Yeah, of course. Like, not everyone can interpret statistics like me. I was like, what are those? And statistics, Wabaiya, is one of the subjects that I did not like. Like probabilities, like, what is it in for me?
What does it help me with? No, there's people who understand it and find it fun. So.
Yeah, especially like quantitative analysis. Like, oh my goodness, my mind would start going around. I know it is something I don't really enjoy doing. So, anyway, last question. Before we end part 2, you are now competing for Miss Elite World. How did you get into the competition?
So Miss Elite is a new pageant, yes. And when it started out, it wasn't a very serious pageant. It was just, one of those that there's this organization and they want to do a beauty pageant.
Yeah.
So originally the competition was supposed to be in April.
Yeah.
So, and since it's new, they also kind of want to use to work with models who are already established. So I remember, because it's being held in Egypt, my friend Miss Egypt Nariman, she had sent a DM she had sent a WhatsApp message to the whole group, and she was like, you guys, are you interested in doing another pageant? Just this one would be for fun, just for old time's sake, blah blah blah. So I remember, like, everyone was so busy during that April time. Then I'm thinking, it's just 3 days, it's still in Africa. I had no job at the time, so I was like, we can do this. And then I get to see Egypt and meet another bunch of cool girls, you know what I'm saying? So I was really excited. I was like, okay, cool. So when they started now finalizing on the list that was supposed to travel in April, we were sent contracts and everything, so it was gonna be cool. Then COVID happened, and for some reason now it got more exciting. So they set it for December, and they got a lot of hotels on board. They got people to do, these activities you do when you're at boot camp. So there's a lot of people that were coming in, people supporting, sponsors. So they're like, okay, so now maybe we need to add more girls, or now also we need to change the venue, or we need to do I don't know what. So there's a whole lot of things that changed in the process. Like between April and December, it's like a whole different pageant. So I was like, okay, so I think it hit me that it was serious maybe like in June, July.
Yeah, wait, because I saw you like asking for votes already, right?
Yeah. I was like, yeah, so it's happening. It's a big deal. Okay. So in the beginning, it was not. Actually, it was really not a big deal up until now. A lot of people decided they're getting on board. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I should take it seriously. I thought about because now I'm going no national director, no nothing. I have no team backing.
Oh, so you're the national director technically.
Yeah, and hopefully, if I really enjoy the process and think it's a pageant that I would like to run, I might consider being the national director, because I really wanted to send girls. Like after my experience, I've wanted to now prepare a girl for the whole thing, run a whole like show here to crown someone, because I think I got the interest when I went to Thailand this second time for the fashion week.
Yeah.
So I interacted with the producers of the show and I was like, this is so cool. I want to have like top-notch events done here. So everything was just building up to the fact that I want to run a pageant. So we'll see if it's in God's plan. I will do it. So yeah. So Miss Elite was to happen in December, and then this second wave of COVID happens,
and they're moving it again.
I was so tired. I think at this point I was like, can I just send someone else?
No, you have to compete. Like, you have to compete, Wabaiya, because I'm actually very excited for you. I think just last November that the Philippines crowned their Miss Elite World Philippines. And I'm excited that she's competing with you. And I'm just really bragging to everyone, like, hey, you know what? My friend is competing. She's Wabaiya Kariuki. And I'm really excited for what you're going to wear this time. So maybe now you can go to Miss Elite World with preparation in mind, you know. So, yeah.
So we'll see. They've not made the announcement about when they're having it, but they are hoping to have it mid-year. So when the weather is really good in Egypt. Yeah, so hopefully COVID will have behaved itself so that we actually just do this competition. You can't prepare for a competition that keeps being pushed like this forever. It's so frustrating.
So I'm excited for your gown. So what would be your gown like for Miss Elite World?
So it turns out they have a sponsor for swimsuit and gowns over there.
Okay.
Yeah. So we just sent in our measurements. So we're about to go get surprised. But like, okay, so okay. I'm a ball gown kind of chick. Cool. Let's do ball gown. Okay. We don't know. We don't know what's happening. So we just know that for the final night they are sorting everything. So what I've been trying to work on is my national costume.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're very excited for you, Wabaiya, and I'm so happy that everything is working out just so fine for you, and so many with the other girls that I've worked with, like Sierra Leone previously, then you, then we have Shubila Stanton who went straight to Paris after Miss Universe, and Stacey Michuki also doing so well in her career. So Wabaiya, before we end, any messages to your fans around the world who supported you and who is following you on Instagram after your Miss Universe stint?
So first, I just want to appreciate all of you. I think you are the people who made me see that it was possible. Like I could have actually won this thing or placed super high, because you guys have constantly just supported. What I love is the love I still get even up to now. From Asia, from Africa, from everywhere, people who are still following and thinking, yeah, you inspire us. You make me feel like I should continue trying to do better. Yeah. So I'm not that great on social media, but I know that whenever I get these sweet messages, you build me up. So continue doing that. Let's spread love not hate. You don't know how big of an impact that message you send has on the person receiving it. So thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you. You're amazing.
And then one more thing for your Filipino supporters, what can you tell them? Because I'm sure I'm sure you've been receiving love from the Philippines too. So
yeah, I'm just like, at this point, I need to come. Let's do a meet and greet.
Yes, please. After COVID, come. Yeah.
Yes, I should come. So yeah, you guys are amazing. I think you're like, even on my insights, there's a huge chunk of people following me from the Philippines. So it's so interesting. Thank you, GM. I think you're responsible for part of this.
Thank you. You're welcome, of course. Yeah.
You guys are the best. I think if people need fans, Philippines should be the place. Because you guys make someone feel so good. You encourage them, and you're just amazing. May all your souls be blessed.
Thank you, Wabaiya. Because you know that and I think you know that I go over and beyond when I promoted you. It was just like, I'm sure you get annoyed with all the tagging that I did.
I'm just like, you know what? Let's do it. Yeah, let's remind people this was a magical moment.
It was, and for me, up until this day, each year gives me a different experience at Miss Universe. But with you, in particular, the thing that we did together, the evening gown was just really the best, and it was something that I cannot replicate myself. It's so ironic because designers are supposed to replicate whatever they did in the past, and the Lord was just telling me you know what, GN, make this experience different from each one. and just trust in me that this is gonna be much better than the other one. So again, Wabaiya, thank you so much for gracing my vlog. And for some weird reason, I've been trying to reach out a lot of beauty queens, and I was like, why could I not get in touch with the people that I work with?
I don't even know.
I know. And yes, I'm really looking forward to finally meeting you one day. If not here in Manila, it's my dream, because I don't need to get a visa going to Kenya. I just need to bring with me my passport, and I just need to go through all the medical checks, like the yellow fever vaccine and whatever. So so again, Wabaiya, thank you so much, and thank you for making my brand, our brand, the Lord that established for me, really memorable to the people of Africa. You just don't know how it means so much to me as well, having partnerships with countries that have been people just don't really give attention to. So I really praise the Lord Jesus Christ for your life. Thank you so much for being so kind to work with me, even if I was just a stranger before.
It's been my pleasure. You've been amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's part 2. Again, I could not thank Wabaiya enough for gracing Pageant Talks. And for more information on Wabaiya's life, go to her Instagram account. She has a TV show, a kids TV show, and she'll be competing for Miss Elite World. Votings are still continue. Am I right? Are you still going to vote? Is the voting still?
Yeah, we're still voting. It's just that I got tired of telling people to vote. But yes, you can.
Please do
whenever
vote.
Whenever you remember, link is in my bio.
So please do vote, because because of COVID, all the pageants are just extended. So congratulations, Wabaiya, on this new journey of yours. Me and your family at Miss Universe Kenya, and here in the Philippines, we're very happy to see that. So thank you once again. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe to all of my social media accounts. Thank you, and see you on the next episode of Pageant Talks. And I can't wait to put more content like this, especially to our African queens who also deserve so much of your love and attention. So bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.